What's up, everybody? It's your boy Phil Shocker, the nicest hedgehog here with our week one team builder of the DPRoM. I'm not gonna say what it was originally because it's a mouthful. We're just gonna call it that. But we are here for week one. We are going against Draken and his Montreal Dragapults, and it's funny he has to take on the week one mascot when we have it. So very good match. Very interesting match here in so league. But if you guys are excited, leave a like if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new. Join the Fish Crew today because you'll be feeling with the king of the crew. With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys the laydown of how the Kamimon worked this week. We were actually given like a little bit of hints and stuff like that to kind of get an idea of what we wanted to do and stuff like that. Excuse me. And ultimately, we finally got the Mon result, and the Mon we will be using this week is Stoutland. It was announced that was a tier 5. So we had to get guesses and all that stuff. So now I'm going to reiterate this again. If you do not bring your Kamimon, that is a resulted forfeit loss. And you may be thinking that's kind of stupid. You may think that's kind of ridiculous, but that's actually a rule in the rules of this whole idea of the league. So each week, and this is just for one mon in each division. So basically speaking, is we basically have to bring this same mon as everyone else. I thought originally it was going to be everyone gets an individual randomized mon, but it's not. So I think this makes it for one more easier, and I think it provides a lot more uniqueness to a draft and stuff like that. So if you guys didn't check out our draft analysis, you guys know I have a bit of a miniature with a 50% rain team, 50% outside weather team. I'm taking a little bit of a gamble this week on the team I'm bringing because I think it's a good. I mean, some stuff in my team can be really, really good. But it's definitely going to be something that's very interesting to say the least. But look at my opponent's team. Besides the Kamimon and Stoutland, my opponent has Zero Aura, Mega Scizor, Valerian Mr. Mime, Alamola, Drampa, Togekiss, Vileplume, Lycanroc Dusk, Crocodile, and Ambor. Now, I fully expect my opponent to believe Rain is coming against his team because Rain looks incredibly good against his team. It really does, and he can actually take advantage of some of the rain pieces I have on my team as well. With Drampo, actually, I have access to Hurricane, Zero Aura, your boosted electric attack tax, Scizor to be safe in rain, is if I have any fire coverage for rain to go away, and then Mr. Mime, which can check most of my Raymon single-handedly by itself. Definitely expect potentially a Scarf or Specs Mr. Mime, because that is a very scary Pokemon against my team. So definitely just a note there. But overall, his team's really good. I really like his team. I think we definitely pressure him not to bring his three main weaknesses to water this week. I'm really hoping we catch him off guard because I was originally thinking of doing a bit of a rain offensive team with Pidgeot. I was actually really gonna be wanting to bring Pidgeot this week. I really did, guys. I really did. But unfortunately, I was not able to. Excuse me. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to. I really wanted to, but I wasn't going to be able to work this week. So there is that, which sucks. I would have loved that to work. Sorry, I just really went quiet there. There was just something that kind of happened. I guess. Well, anyways, looking at this matchup again, like I said, I don't expect him to bring his main weaknesses to water. I'm really hoping and banking we get that. Really hope we do. But Vileplume is a possibility. Vileplume is very annoying, but I have kind of a way around Vileplume just to kind of be able to beat that thing with some of my Mons, which is really good there. Togekiss very much could possibly show up to this match, and I would be very scared and terrified if that Togekiss did come, just because Togekiss is a very annoying Pokemon overall, and I should know, I've drafted it. And plus, just overall, it's a general nuisance for a lot of teams to deal with, so very much annoyance right there. But look at his main six. Again, the Kamimon has to come. I expect his Stoutland probably to be almost relatively similar to my Stoutland, but could also see it being also like a assault vest set, which could definitely be a possibility. So definitely something to kind of note with there. And then for the rest of this team, I think Zero Aura makes the most sense. I think Zero Aura shook up very mixed offensive set. I don't think we see bulk up. I think bulk up can't really do that much in this damage. I think grass knot electric would knock off make the most sense. And whether or not he brings Iron Tail, fire coverage, or it's bulk up, it's gonna really be up to what thinks he can make work on this set. But I could also just see some like sub as well. Sub just would really be annoying for our team to have to deal with. So just definitely something we would just hate to annoy and deal with, like that type of thing. So Mega Scizor I think obviously makes a lot of sense to be brought against my team. Mega Scizor actually can hit pretty hard against my team as well. It's definitely a very tough mon to have to kind of play around with. So it's definitely very annoying for our team in that retrospective, and it's just overall a hard mon for our team to really be able to deal around with. So there's that. Like I said, Galarian Mr. Mime is actually a big threat because of the fact that it can literally run Scarf or Specs and really just run Rough Shot on my team with Freeze Dry. It's really something to annoy there. But Alomol I think comes as probably a Rocky Helmet, if not a leftover set. Just because it's really annoying against my team. I don't have a lot of physical contact move ons this week, which is really, really good for my team. But it's definitely going to be one of those mons. It's going to be very, very annoying if we do not play around it well. So, Dragonfly, I think, comes as potentially a Assault Vest set, if not a very specially defensive set, with max HP and a little bit of defense, but mostly towards Spadef. Kind of be like a Roost with Berserk aspect towards it, and then actually just having just a good coverage against my team. So, that's the set. That's the Le Mans I see coming again. I could potentially see Togekiss if he wants to bring that. There is a potential he could bring Vileplume as well. But again, if he brings those two, I think we have still the pieces that we need to play around his team. So that being said, let's break down the team there. So let's kick it off with the Kamimon I'm bringing this week. I'm going also Intimidate this week with my Stoutland. But we're going to go with a bit of a weird set, but I think it's going to be a set that can really work off for us here. We're bringing Fire Fang, Toxic, Protect, and Facade, bringing a very specially defensive one with still a really good amount of defense investment. This thing is designed just to really kind of take hits for the team, kind of chip things down. Facade is really good in case he Toxics me with a and stuff like that. So I can just be able to spam Facade against his team. He doesn't really have good normal switchings on his team, and his normal switchings, again, do not expect to be brought because he knows how good Rain is against his team. So with that, we have Fire Fang there to be hopefully able to do maybe enough to 2 kill Scissor, maybe fish for a burn or a flinch potentially. But overall, just Stoutland hits really hard. We actually are 10 points faster than regular Scissor, which I actually didn't even realize that until now. So that's really good for our team there as well. And I think just overall, Stoutland is a very good Pokemon. I think you can definitely put in some work. It's meant to kind of more support the team. We have Toxic than anything else like that, but also can help the team chip down. Up next, also we're going with some different nicknames. I'm going kind of like themed names of like the animals and stuff like that with this one. So kind of hoping this works. And if they're really good nicknames, I might keep them. But we have Pixie here, our Clefable here, and Clefable single-handedly wins this game. Cosmic Power, Soft Boil, Stored Power, and Fire Blast. With this set, I guarantee Oko Scizor, unless it is an actual Spadef invested Scizor. If it is a Scizor that does not have a Spadef boosted nature with HP and especially defensive, it still drops. But if it is especially defensive with careful nature, it could live one hit from me. We have a Berry just to make sure we can live one hit from him. Also the Berry just in case he is bulk up 0 with an Iron Tail on his set instead of bulk up. Something like that. So definitely something there. I think Clefable can single-handedly win this match again. If Vileplume comes, I'm not too stressed about Vileplume. If we can down Vileplume to a degree where I can get my 1 or 2 Cosmic Powers up and then be able to click Store Power to get the KO right there. That'd be really, really good for us there. We are going to go ahead and run the Magic Guard ability so we not be affected by hazards and also not be affected by burns or toxics and stuff like that. So he's probably expecting me to probably bring something like Unaware for this matchup, but I think Unaware wasn't really that useful. I mean, it was useful to stop Berserk spam from the Drampa and the bulk up setting from the Zero Aura, but I just think this mod patch so I think this model just matches up so well against us, against this team, so it's really, really good there. Bringing up my hair, hair as in like the rabbit, and this is something you're never gonna see ever used in Draft League. And if this works, I'm gonna be the man that knows how to run weakness policy. We're bringing weakness policy, bulk up, sucker punch, high jump kick, and power ball Cinderace this week. Now, we could have brought taunt, and taunt would have been decently good. Um, actually, I just realized I really do need Super Fang. Super Fang is really, really good just for the fact that you can kind of also just stop the stuff like that. And I need to ask myself if I'm gonna really use bulk up. Actually, you know what? We're gonna be taunt. We'll make this a safe thing, right? We'll just be safe with this, right? Taunt, Super Fang, High Jump, and Powerball. I think it's the set I'm gonna lock in with now. Basically, Taunt shuts down Alomomola, which is really good. Super Fang gets a 50% chip, which is really, really good. Because what I can do is I taunt in front of it, he goes for like a Wish, Toxic, or something like that. Then I just click Super Fang as they click, potentially like Scald. Get my weakness policy boost up, and with the weakness policy, if there's a Super Fang, I actually put in range of where a high jump kick can knock it out. Now, I don't have speed invested for the Cinderace, obviously, and Cinderace will always outspeed me no matter what. But if I get rid of Cinderace, this thing literally can just finish off his team 100%. This thing is so good against his team, and it's really, really nice. So I really hope this can pay off for us right here and really do a lot of work for us. So definitely something to look at. Up next, we're bringing Parfenax, the Dragapult, which is Skyrim because he's the big dragon. I've never played it, but I've known this was the name I heard about, and I think Parfenax really fits this thing. But we're in Power Herb Shadow Phantom Force. Now, I know a lot of people are thinking, like, why do that? That's kind of a wasted idea. But it's not necessarily a wasted idea for the fact that this Power Herb is going to guarantee me to let me get an instant KO on something on his team, which is really, really good. We are running Dragon Dance. We're running more primarily physical with the special investment, but we are running a very good chunk of it. This set pretty much would guarantee with Fire Blast with the Rash nature, and I also go in Rash just because I think Rash actually fits better for this matchup. Rash guarantees with this investment, guarantees if he's just a standard Spadef. Sorry for the age I pop up there. If he's just a standard Scizor with like the Impish set and he's like a max HP, like near max HP, near max special defense, this set guarantee knocks it out with this investment. So I really think Dragapult's gonna be a really good mon here. If I get one D Dance off, there is nothing on his team that stops me. We are definitely didn't need enough speed to outspeed other things. We are running out of speed for the Lycanroc though. Just because I already outspeed. Oh, shoot. I already outspeed Zero at +1, so I didn't really care, to be honest with you, on doing things with that. So there was that. But overall, I think Dragapult is a phenomenal matchup here. I really think Dragapult can just straight up win this game if we position it correctly. Up next, we got our boy Bullfrog holding off the Yachi Berry, which is going to be there to kind of catch the Galarian Mr. Mime. Whenever this thing is in, you can never bring in Zero Aura against me unless Zero Aura gets a free switch in and stuff like that. But we're actually going to be running a very interesting Toad here. We're running enough speed to outspeed No Bulk Scissor with Power Up Punch, 3 attacks, Dual Stab, and then Power Web. A lot of HP investment to be very defensive, but also a good chunk of attack investment to be very offensive at the same time. Really good chunk on Spadef wise, just to be able to take hits from his team, which is really important there. A good chunk of his team is very especially offensive, which is really good there. Power Up is just strictly there for the Alomola. Hopefully we get a Power Up Punch, we'll be able to 2 KO that. And then Earthquake plus Liquidation, just everything else was super effective to neutral damage, which is really, really good. I think Bullfrog can put in a good chunk of work here. I was probably going to plan to bring Bullfrog, and actually, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I wanted to bring Choice Scarf. Because we can actually outspeed an Adamant invested Zero Aura, and I was so tempted. Like, you have no idea how tempted I was to go with that and just completely catch him off guard. And I would have brought a Huff set, which is Choice Scarf. But overall, I think this set really works out for us. I think it's going to be a really good mon, and I think you definitely. This is a set I really hope we win with because this set is stupid and it's so good at the same time. We bring Iron Defense, Nasty Plot, Dark Pulse, Roost, Vulture here. And again, I expect that Alamola to be strictly physically defensive unless he puts a lot of Spadef investment as well. But once our weakness policy pops and I get a Nasty Plot off, I guarantee either one-shot it or 2 KO that thing. We are running a modest Mandibuzz with 64 speed investment, which outspeeds his zero defense, like his pretty much his main bulk bonds out there, which is really, really good. Once I got an Iron Defense off, Zero Aura never Okos me, and it's not going to be Choice Band in this matchup. I feel like he cannot pull off Choice Band in this game. which is really, really good for us. There could potentially be Life Orb Expert Belts, so we have to be very mindful about that. But if I get an Iron Defense off and then Nasty Plot, I kind of just win. Because if he's Life Orb and I got a Nasty Plot off after my Iron Defense with +4, he actually knocks himself right into range of Dark Pulse, which knocks him out, which is really good. I am taking a bit of a gamble with running Mono Dark Pulse this matchup, just because Dark Pulse can definitely be a good bring on our end here, and definitely could definitely put on a lot of work. But it definitely puts a struggle. We are running out of speed to outspeed max speed 0 aura, so we don't outspeed anything that's really scarfed. I think we could still outspeed potentially a Scarf Mr. Mime because Zero Aura is actually got a decent speed to where it can actually outspeed low tier Scarfers. But again, I can also just live one hand because I'm naturally defensive. I have a big chunk of HP investment, which is really good. And then the rest went into Spadaf again. This thing can single-handedly just do a lot of work for us, and I would really, really love to win with Mandibuzz this week. I know I'm bringing a lot of unconventional sets this week, which probably don't make a lot of sense. Mostly just 2 of the Mons. But I think these Mons can do a lot of work, and I'm really excited for our week 1. I think I built such a very creative team. I think this is the most creative week 1 team I've ever made in terms of what the matchup is. I think I want to really throw off my opponents with kind of weird sets that don't make a lot of sense, and just really catch them off guard and really have to make them prep hard for my team. So I'm really excited for this week 1. I lose, I lose, but I went out with a really good start and just do a lot with it. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys for week 1. Until next time, guys, I'll see you guys later. Peace.